The following is an AZPM original production.
Arizona Science is supported by Research Corporation for Science Advancement.
For Arizona Public Media, I'm Tim Swindle, Professor Emeritus of Planetary Science at the University of Arizona, and this is Arizona Science. Joining me today is Florian Willemitzer, an Associate Professor of Optical Sciences at the university. Welcome, Florian.
Hi, nice to be here.
Florian, you and your group have been working on a technique called computational imaging. What does that mean?
Yeah, so computational imaging is the field that our group is roughly working in. And we are working in computational 3D imaging. And what our group is doing is we really do basically the full pipeline. So we invent, develop, and build the next generation of 3D imaging and display devices. Normal imaging means you snap a photo with your camera, right? And in a normal imaging pipeline, what is happening is that you want basically the image that you snap with your camera, that this resembles the scene that you capture, like for example, a photo of you, Tim, right? Resembles the scene as closely as possible, right? And in order to do this, you need to optimize like a lot of components, like you need to have like very good optical devices, lenses, for example. You have a very good detector, maybe with like high pixel resolution, and so on and so forth.
I think a lot of us are used to 3D imaging, meaning having stereo cameras, which means you've got to have two cameras to take an image of the field. But you're really doing 3D imaging with only a single camera.
Yes. So we as humans, we already have a 3D sensor built in our head. And this is, as you say, our stereo camera eye system, right? So how this basically works is your eyes see two slightly different images, and these images are shifted with respect to each other. And then your brain basically looks at the shift of these images. So the shift varies with depths, right? And then from the shift, you can calculate the depths. However, there is like a caveat in this. And if you do this so-called passive stereo, what our eyes are doing, then your image that you want, where you want to calculate the 3D shape, this always needs to have features. Yeah? For example, a projector, as I said, that projects a specific pattern. And with this projector, you basically artificially apply features on top of your object so that you can calculate the 3D shape.
One of the things that you've been working on is tracking eye movements. Why are people interested in that?
There has been, like a recent renaissance of eye tracking research, and this is all connected with virtual and augmented reality headsets. Because the idea is if you wear one of these virtual or augmented reality headsets, you have a kind of user interface, and the idea is that you navigate through this user interface completely with your eye movement.
And how accurately can you track the motion of someone's eye with this?
So currently, the way how this typically starts is you have like lab bench setups with an eye model, like a glass eye basically, right? With this eye model, we have achieved an tracking accuracy of around 1/10 of a degree. And we also perform measurements on real humans in vivo. So basically how this works is you have a human subject, and the human subject is asked to, look at some moving dots on a screen. And this we can do with an accuracy between 0.46 and 0.97 degrees.
You've talked about virtual reality applications. So are there commercial possibilities for this?
I think there's still some development to do. Also, we have a working prototype right now, but this is still on a lab bench, the prototype. So in order to go down the commercial route, what you would need to do is integrate this now in a headset, right? And this is a lot of engineering effort. And this is why we're also searching for strong partners, because our goal is more like the development of novel techniques and novel principles, and to basically show the proof of principle of this.
Well, thank you. Our guest today has been Florian Willemitzer, an optical scientist who is working on novel ways to track images like eye movement for a variety of purposes. This is Tim Swindle, and you have been listening to Arizona Science. You can also listen to this and other Arizona Science segments by going to the AZPM website at azpm.org.
Thank you to Research Corporation for Science Advancement for their support of Arizona Science. AZPM podcasts are made possible in part by donations from listeners like you. Learn more at support.azpm.org. Thank you.